here is this new day, but I choose to go back into the cage that I've created for myself by reliving the past over and over again. We all know the feeling when life doesn't go our way. It's so easy to find a culprit or somebody else's fault why you might not get the success you want, why you might not have the luck that other people have. A lot of the times it's actually our own fault that we are blocking the success, the luck in our life. Should be a loving reminder, maybe a little bit tough love here and there, but sometimes we have to go back to our center and maybe hear it from a different person. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 7 ways you might block your success, your happiness, and your luck, and what to do instead. First up, we have procrastination, and I just want to put out there, it's okay to rest, it's okay to take a step back, but what is the project, the idea, the goal you had that you wanted to work on for so long? How long has it been since you last picked up that idea and worked on it? Just a tiny step in the right direction. When we procrastinate, we have this ideal image of how it's supposed to be, and we're putting it off because in our mind we want it to be that perfect thing, and we know that if we put in the work and if we're doing it well, that it can lead to somewhere beautiful. Procrastination is often rooted in fear of failure, but also the perfectionism that it has to be this perfect thing in the end. My tip would be to take out the pressure a little bit. Just work on it one teensy little bit each day and go in the right direction. Because when you take these small steps, you're not so easily overwhelmed with this whole end goal in mind. Often when we procrastinate, we think about, I am right here and I have to go there, and this way is so long. But break it down in small little chunks and see how far you can really accomplish. Next up, we have fear of change. I've talked about this so many times in my different videos, but I'll just be very quick with this. We are afraid of change because we like to stay in our comfort zone, which is basically our familiar zone. We're familiar with all the patterns that are in there, but also in this familiar zone is the anxiety, the self-doubt, and all the things that we don't need. So take a step out of your comfort zone, be brave. If you can think about a situation where you might be afraid in the beginning, but once you've done it, once you've overcame it, you felt such relief and so much pride for yourself that you were doing it. You were proud of yourself. Here's your reminder that staying in your comfort zone is actually way more scarier than trying something new and being brave. There's an exercise I like to come back to whenever I feel a huge resistance to taking a step into something new, something unknown. The exercise is by Tim Ferriss and it's called the fear setting exercise. This fear setting exercise is basically breaking down your fears, where one question is, what is your fear? And if that fear became true, how would you handle it? And if you just get conscious about that fact, okay, if my worst case scenario that I've been playing in my mind over and over again became true, what would I do? Would I still be alive? What would I learn from it? And how would I do something differently? And every time I've done this exercise, I felt more grounded and I felt not so scared anymore. So if that's something that you struggle with, I highly recommend this exercise. Another way you might be blocking yourself is holding on to negative things that happened in the past. I'm sure everyone has gone through their periods of time when things went not the way that you expected. Maybe we have traumas, maybe we have bad situations that we came out of, and we keep telling ourselves we can't be successful. We aren't lucky because of this and this circumstance. The thing is, whatever happened in the past doesn't make it okay. If somebody did something to you, it doesn't mean it's okay that they treated you that way. You're in a position where you can choose to move on and let that be a thought of the past. It doesn't serve you if you keep digging back into these old things, because what it does is creating a narrative in your mind that you find reasons why you can't be successful, why you can't be that lucky person. It sounds so cheesy, but see every day as a new opportunity. That is what is given to you, and you have the choice to make it however you wanted to make it. When we're going back and telling ourselves the stories from our childhood over and over again, that doesn't create a new pathway with new opportunities. We are reliving the past every single time. Going back in the past doesn't open any new doors. Again, it doesn't mean that it's okay what happened, or that it wasn't hard, or it wasn't tough. Go through it. Take that as your experience in life, in your everyday interactions, and keep pushing you forward. It's like, here is this new day, but I choose to go back into the cage that I've created for myself by reliving the past over and over again. So, as cheesy as it sounds, it's a new day, you have new opportunities, and what happened in the past doesn't define you. Another way you might be blocking yourself from all the good things in life is judging others and yourself as well. Negative self-talk is poisonous. And I always say this, gossiping with other people about another person will never uplift you. It will only bring you down. It doesn't make your light shine any brighter by talking negative about somebody else. I'm sure everybody has gossiped in their life before. It creates this weird sense of community if you find other people to gossip about another person. But rarely have I gone out of a conversation where there was a gossipy topic feeling uplifted or better afterwards. I don't know about you, let me know in the comments, but this is just a reminder that usually how we talk about others is how we feel about ourselves as well. So when you choose to find positive things about other people, you can also talk more positively about yourself. Next up is avoiding responsibility. As I mentioned in the intro, there's often situations where we try to blame other people. We point the finger at other people that they're the cause for our unhappiness. It's their fault. If they wouldn't have done this, I would have been there and there. If they would have just done something differently, I wouldn't be in this situation. But it's always easy to point at other people, to blame on other people, but taking a step back and taking responsibility about what we can control. We cannot control other people. The only thing that we can change is ourselves and our actions, our behaviors. If you're sitting down and actually thinking about all the ways that you could have done something differently, you might need to take a different approach. And going back to an earlier point, it's not about making yourself small. It's not about talking badly to yourself like, oh, I didn't do this right, I'm so dumb. No, but instead of pointing the finger at other people, looking inside and being like, okay, let's be honest here. I made a mistake. It was my mistake. I should have done this and this, instead of giving all my power to these other people. And the last way you might be blocking yourself is not listening to your intuition enough. We are so cut off from our intuition. We always think with our heads. But if you get quiet and really feel into your heart and sit with your options for a little bit, your intuition might guide you in a way that your head and your brain cannot. 2025 is just around the corner. If you haven't created your vision board yet and you don't know where to start, you should watch this video next. Go and be your favorite self. I'll see you soon.